Now let's understand more on this, and to give you a rounded perspective, I'm joined by Dr. Rajan Kumar from School of International Studies. Good afternoon, Dr. Kumar. Thank you so much for joining us at this afternoon broadcast. Well, Venezuela's acting president Rodriguez says the country is open to energy relations where all parties benefit. Now, this comes as a very huge statement, clearing the air on any sort of pressure that the acting president has denied time and again. How do you look at this development and this statement particularly?
I think, Deepaji, first, thank you for having me here. This is completely unprecedented. It has not happened in the past that a country attacks United States, or a powerful country attacks another country, captures the leader, and now United States is forcing Venezuela to sell the oil only to United States first, and also to buy products only from United States. So what do I call it? This is very similar to what we have seen in the past. What you call it, imperialism, colonialism, or whatever. So it's a kind of complete control of Venezuelan resources. As you know, Venezuela is one of the it has the largest reserve in the world of oil, and also it has other minerals, rare earth material, which is very essential for batteries, etc. What we are witnessing at the moment is the Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State of United States. He says that he has a three-stage plan for Venezuela. The first stage essentially is political stability and oil control. US is expecting that it will get approximately 30 to 50 million barrels of oil, which it will sell at the market price to other countries, or for its domestic market. And then the money would be shared by United States and Venezuela. And Trump says that it would be shared by the people of Venezuela and United States. Why should United States be taking the money of Venezuela? We don't really know. But yes, that's the deal. That's the first stage of the plan, which Marco Rubio announced. And this oil deal is essentially, it's not a deal, because in deal you have market players and you negotiate, you bargain. This essentially is a food for oil kind of program, where United States is saying that you can you can sell your oil to United States and buy food products or necessary technology, medicine, etc. From United States. So it's a total control of Venezuela. That's what United States is planning. So that is the first stage of Marco Rubio's the political stabilization program, which he says he has three phases. In the second phase, Marco Rubio said that it would be about what he calls a national stability program. Again, it's a very vague and ambiguous kind of thing at the moment. But it says that probably in that stage, he would consider replacing the regime also. And in the third stage, he said that the civil society, strengthening of civil society would take place in Venezuela, and after that, probably in that phase, he's thinking of election. So America and the Trump administration has a long-term plan to control Venezuela politically and also its economy and resources. So that's what we're seeing at this moment, but this is not a deal. It's essentially a forced kind of program which is being imposed on Venezuelan government. And he also said that till the time Rodriguez, the present president of Venezuela, till the time she is cooperating with the United States, he may not consider replacing very soon or bringing a new leader at the moment.
Also, Dr. Kumar, now with Venezuela's currency already suffering, can this trade deal help in boosting the economy, or is there something else to it?
I think it will take a very long time for Venezuela to develop its economy or the resources, because if you talk to most of the experts who are into the oil industry or mineral industry, they say that it will take at least 3 to 7 years to develop a oil industry there, because the infrastructure in Venezuela is very poor at the moment. And also, let me tell you, Trump is not going to be there in United States forever. So many of the investors, especially the oil companies, corporate, etc., they fear that this uncertainty is not good, because they'll be investing a lot of money in Venezuela, and they'll expect at least 15 to 20 years of cooperation from that country. But Trump is there only for the next 4 years. If some changes happen in Venezuela, or if the policy of United States change vis-a-vis Venezuela, then it will be very difficult for even the companies which are investing. American companies, essentially, they are talking with the Shell oil to invest, but also Trump has said that he'll also invite other oil companies to invest in Venezuela. But given the political and economic uncertainty, the poor infrastructure, and also Venezuela is not a very is not a state which where the law is very strong. There are several gangs operating in different parts of Venezuela. Under that uncertainty, many of the investors, unless they are also forced by Trump administration that you have to go and invest, I don't think many of the companies would be willing to invest a huge amount of money. So without that investment, we should not expect too much of economic development at this point of time. And so far, the deal, Venezuelan currency is in bad shape. It was also earlier in the bad shape, and Venezuelan currency would not be accepted by most of the countries in the world. So essentially, the deal which would be taking place, the deal would be in terms of dollar. So essentially, for some time, dollar would be a currency which would be used by Venezuela to export its oil to United States.
Talking about investments here, Dr. Kumar, Trump is also scheduled to meet with the heads of major oil companies on Friday, where the heads are seeking serious guarantees from Washington before they make any large investment in Venezuela. Now, this seems like a two-way process trade deal as well, if it happens and if it comes out to be a successful one. What could be the expected outcome from this meeting?
I think the major reason why Trump is kind of alluring the oil company, because Trump is saying that Venezuela has the largest reserve. And if Trump can somehow convince and ensure that political stability would remain and the regime in Venezuela would remain pro-Washington for a longer time, not just for during the Trump administration, but for a longer time, so that will attract a lot of oil companies in the United States and also other Western companies. Now, China is ruled out, Russian companies are ruled out. So essentially, it would be US companies, but maybe at a later stage, he can also open it for British Oil or some other companies of Europe. For the time being, I think it's a way to convince the oil companies that you go and invest. Trump would guarantee political stability. Trump would guarantee security of the people, security of the companies which invest in Venezuela, and pushing some of the companies to show that US has begun extracting oil from there. So essentially, it's a convincing and some kind of pressure to the oil companies, which will go from Trump to these companies to invest in Venezuela. But again, as I said, it will take a long time. It takes 3 to 7 years for the actual oil to be extracted. And also, let me tell you that Venezuelan oil is considered to be heavy oil. Transporting is a challenge, and also refining is a challenge. And not many countries have those kind of refineries, but US certainly has it. So that would be exported to US, and after refining, the US will try to export it to other countries. So those are the issues which will be discussed at this moment. And of course, this will also impact the pricing of oil in the world over. And there is one more issue, Deepika ji, which I would like to raise here, because price of oil at this crude oil, I'm saying, at this moment is approximately 60 per barrel. And that is not very attractive for many of the companies, because when the price was 70 and above, so it became very attractive investment for the oil companies. But if the price is not very high, and then you have the refinery cost, transport cost, and political uncertainty cost. So under those circumstances, many of the companies will not be forthcoming to invest immediately.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Arjun Kumar, for joining us and giving us that detailed analysis of the ongoing situation when we talk about the energy relations between Venezuela and the United States.